Season Introduction. Evil monsters have entered the world, wreaking havoc and claiming lives in terrifying ways. However, a group of individuals with extraordinary powers rises to fight back and protect humanity. But how do they do it? Let's delve into the story to uncover the truth. Our story begins with Alex, a young woman seeking solace at a local bar to lift her spirits. There, she meets a woman named Lucky. The two strike up a brief conversation and quickly become friendly. The following day, Alex visits her professor to submit a paper for her graduation. It's there that she discovers that Lucky is actually her legal guardian. Meanwhile, construction work is underway in an open field, where a building is being erected. During the excavation, a worker uncovers a strange, ancient statue. He decides to keep it a secret and takes it home with him. When Alex's paper reaches her professor, he's astounded by its brilliance. Lucky, ever the supportive guardian, praises Alex for her intelligence and quick work, mentioning that she even secured a scholarship. While Lucky thinks the professor's surprise is due to Alex's impressive paper, the real shock comes when the professor notices the mysterious symbol drawn on it. What is the secret behind this? The story will reveal all. The professor, intrigued, asks Lucky to keep an eye on Alex and conduct some experiments. However, instead of simply observing, Lucky's motives become more sinister. She takes Alex with her and administers a series of drugs, leaving her unconscious. In a horrifying moment, Lucky attempts to drown Alex in a car, pushing it into a body of water. Just as Alex's life hangs in the balance, an angel appears, saving her and bringing her safely home. When Alex wakes up the next morning, she wonders if everything she experienced was just a vivid dream. She had often had strange dreams, so she brushes it off as another one. The following day, Alex goes about her usual routine at university. However, she's startled when she learns that she must complete her project by staying at her professor's house. Surprised and uneasy, Alex moves in with her belongings. Upon arriving at the professor's house, she's greeted by several unfamiliar faces, students she's never met before. As she introduces herself, one of the girls asks about the strange dreams Alex has been having. Alex is taken aback. She's never shared this with anyone. After a brief conversation, Alex retreats to her room to rest. At dinner, the other students discuss Alex, referring to her as a new hope for their cause. They believe that if they are to succeed in their mission, Alex's involvement is crucial. Without her, they feel they cannot achieve their goal. But why is Alex so important to them? This remains a mystery. Lucky warns everyone not to reveal too much to Alex, fearing she might get suspicious and refuse to cooperate. As she talks to the professor, we learn that Alex's near drowning was actually a test, a way to see if Alex could survive and prove her worth. Alex overhears this conversation, confused and alarmed. As the truth sinks in, Alex realizes that she's been deceived and manipulated into staying at the professor's house. With no more time to waste, she makes a run for it. Outside, a heavy rain pours down as Alex flees. She doesn't get far before she encounters a child standing alone in the storm, acting strangely. Intrigued, she follows the child, who leads her to a nearby house. Inside, Alex is met with a chilling sight. The child's father has been brutally murdered, and lurking in the shadows is a terrifying monster stalking the child. Without hesitation, Alex steps in, teaming up with the child to defeat the creature. She fights fiercely as if she's done this before, displaying a mastery and strength that suggests she knows far more than she lets. Alex begins to realize that she has newfound abilities. But before she can fully understand them, Lucky and her team arrive. They leave the dead child behind, focusing on capturing Alex. As Alex, in a daze, looks back at the child, she is convinced the boy is still alive. But when she checks closely, she's horrified to discover that the child is, in fact, dead. Despite this, they decide not to bring the child with them and instead take Alex back to the professor's house. Meanwhile, the worker who had previously discovered the strange statue is back at home. He begins hearing strange noises coming from it. Intrigued, he starts examining the statue closely. After some hesitation, he decides to break it open. As he cracks the stone, a black, oily liquid pours out, causing the air around him to grow thick and unnerving. The liquid seems almost alive, pulsing and dark. Back at the professor's house, Alex is still haunted by the child's death. She wonders if the child was really alive before, so she and her friend decide to go back and investigate. But when they arrive, the child's body is still there, lifeless. Alex's friend confirms that the child is dead, and Alex is left confused, trying to make sense of it all. They leave, uncertain about what they're witnessing. In a quiet moment, Alex reflects on her mother's past. She remembers that her mother had begun experiencing strange visions and dreams when she was around Alex's age at 21. Now, Alex wonders if she's starting to experience the same supernatural occurrence as her mother once did. She confides in her friend, sharing her fear that she may be following in her mother's troubled footsteps. Just as Alex is speaking to her friend, they are interrupted by the worker, the same one who had found the statue. He's back at the site of the child's body, carrying something in his hands. He places the mysterious item next to the child, and to Alex's horror, the child suddenly stirs to life. His eyes snap open. The child, who had been dead moments ago, is now breathing again. This is impossible. His heart had stopped. The worker watches intently as the child rises from the ground, no longer the same innocent figure. The child begins chanting in an ancient language, reciting dark incantations. Slowly, the lifeless bodies around him begin to twitch and move, transforming into something more monstrous. It's clear now. The child is no longer just a boy. He has been taken over by something far darker. The child, now with an eerie, knowing look in his eyes, introduces himself as Ben. Uncovering the truth, the worker, shaking with the revelation, finally speaks. "I'm the one who found the statue," he admits. This is what it's capable of. This isn't just a child anymore, it's something else." Alex, still in disbelief, watches as the body of the boy, now Ben, begins to reanimate the dead, turning them into zombies. They move with an unnatural, stiff, jerky gait, and a cold air fills the room. Alex is terrified, unsure of what to do. That is, he had the power to feel things. A boy was a mind reader who could hear people's thoughts. Lucky could see ghosts, and he could also talk to them. But here, Alex's power is not revealed. After a while, Alex shows a poster and tries to explain his plan. He doesn't tell them much, but he mentions a strange devil considered a pure animal. In ancient times, this devil was also believed to be a gift from God. He also tells them that people used to believe in certain gods and goddesses. According to their beliefs, there was a white god who spread goodness, mercy, and all things good. He was the god of goodness. But where there was goodness, there was also a black god who spread evil, violence, hatred, and all bad things. However, the red god kept a balance between the two, ensuring that the black and white gods stayed within their limits and spread an equal amount of goodness and evil in the world. As Alex listens to the professor, she studies the posters carefully. Then we learn that the statue the worker found had freed the black god. That's why a black substance came out of it. Alex and Lucky realize that the child is no longer human. In fact, he's trying to hide something or convey a message. They immediately head to the morgue where Ben's body is being kept. Now they feel they can do something. But as they arrive, the freed spirits of the dead start attacking them. They begin to run for their lives, struggling to escape. However, they can't shake off the attackers, and as they tire, they begin fighting back, killing the spirits as they go. As Alex and Lucky kill the spirits, they realize their actions are also affecting Ben and the worker. Ben becomes enraged and, using his powers, summons two monsters from the dirty water. He sends Alex and Lucky to track them down. The worker and the professor, who had sensed the disturbances, come to Ben's house. By touching Ben, the professor discovers that Ben did not kill his father, at least not mercilessly. He also learns that a spirit has taken over Ben. The professor shares this information with the team. Meanwhile, as Alex and Lucky continue searching, the monsters come after them. They capture one of their team members, and everyone fights to free their comrade from the monster's grasp. But one of the monsters escapes and rushes to Ben with news. Enraged, Ben kills the monster on the spot. His partner monster watches from a distance and flees. Ben, now consumed by anger, summons a terrifying new creature from the ground, an immensely powerful zombie monster. It begins to wreak havoc, killing many people. Lucky goes to meet his younger brother. Soon after, Lucky realizes the danger of the zombie monster, so he instructs his brother to stay safe while he returns to inform his team. Meanwhile, the professor and the rest of the team discover the truth about Alex's mother. They had not yet fully understood Alex's powers. At the hospital, Alex learns that his mother gave birth to him in a strange place. When he was brought to the hospital, she refused to raise him because she was terrified of what he might become. She believed a strange creature was constantly following her. After a while in the hospital, Alex's mother took him and left. Now, Alex is heartbroken and decides to visit his grandmother to learn more about his origins. When Alex reaches his grandmother's house, he uncovers the painful truth. Someone had wronged his mother in a terrible way, and it was this wrong that led to Alex's birth. After the incident, Alex's mother became fearful, believing dark forces were after her. She often spoke to Alex's grandmother about these powers, but it wasn't until after her death that the grandmother started seeing the same things. She then gave Alex some of her mother's belongings, which seemed strange to Alex. With Lucky's help, Alex began investigating her mother's things and discovered a drawing that pointed to a specific place. After much searching, Alex finally found the location. She returned to share her findings, revealing that while they couldn't destroy the white, black, and red gods, they could imprison them at great cost. They then uncovered a triangle-shaped place, which revealed that Alex was born at its center. Meanwhile, Ben's condition worsened. To survive, he needed to drink the blood of an innocent child or sacrifice one to gain strength. The zombie monster he had unleashed caused chaos, killing many. Alex and her team tracked it down, and with her powers, she destroyed it. Lucky learned that the professor's son was also in danger. The professor, desperate to save his son, agreed to help Ben. Despite Lucky's opposition, the professor secretly stole a child to offer to Ben, promising to cure his son. Ben performed a ritual, reviving a corpse, and the professor fed part of a heart to his son, who began to recover. Meanwhile, Alex, with her team's help, tried to contact her mother. Through disturbing visions, she learned that her mother had left behind a key marked Mondi. Alex realized it wasn't just a key, it was a clue to a door that connected this world to the divine. Her quest now was to find that door and the key to unlock it. Lucky and the future-seeing team members join Alex on her journey, but they face many challenges. Alex pushes forward and, using her powers, disappears into another world where she encounters a strange creature.